What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review this new album from Damone Tyrell entitled Who the Hell is Damone Tyrell? Now, Damone Tyrell, I found this dude through Dead and Hip Hop. I seen him on a couple of reviews for Dead and Hip Hop, and I didn't see the interview, but they presented that this album was dropping, and you can listen to this on Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, and I'd recommend checking this album out because it's pretty damn good, and it gives me the right vibes for this time of the year. Fall starts tomorrow, and it's already starting to look around like fall around here in Central Virginia. So it's really giving you those real vibes of fall on this project, and very personal, very real project as well. And let's go ahead and get right into this. 8 tracks long, short album, but it's still an album though. Some people might confuse it as being a very short EP or a very short mixtape or a long ass EP. But nah, it's an album. Track number 1, Inquiring Minds. When he said, I can relate to him a lot on this track. When he said they call me selfish because I do what's best for me, I get that shit all the time. And the whole how he's always so hard on himself. That's me too. And he used to be so happy-go-lucky. What? That's still me to an extent, but I've definitely gotten darker. Shit. And he says like you forget his message when you focus on his delivery. I didn't forget the message. I mean, I caught that lyric in the first place. So, and if you ask him who he is, he doesn't know exactly. And how he built, he says in first how he built a studio back in 2012 inside the walls, and he's just been not really trapped inside there, but that's where he's been going to for this therapy that he needs. And I can just relate to this song so much. So much more was said, but that's what's really stuck out to me. Sorry about that. Like I said, so much was said, but that's what really sticks out to me. It's too much to go over because he says a lot of shit that I can't relate to, especially. Check number 2, in a sense, he's really detailing the flaws of himself. Like one in particular, like having no money to provide to his mom, who he lives off of, or at the time lived off of. Whether this was during the recording of that process or before that, but anyway. And procrastinating. That's me as well. So I seem to have, a type of, we have some things in common. And at the same time, he's focusing on not procrastinating anymore. He has to get that out, get it out of himself. And how he looks around the world, he doesn't see the innocence in himself. He's questioning the innocence of the world itself as well. Track number 3, All Hands. This is to be honest, what stuck out to me about this track the most is that it's on some real MC shit right here. I mean, over an interesting beat as well. And speaking of an interesting beat, this 4th track, BCB 2, Homeward Bound, is on some real jazz vibes. It's like an update on life, summarized update on his life and how things are going. And he's talking about how, his hometown in Buffalo, I had no idea that he was from Buffalo. Like freaking BZ430, I had no idea he was from Detroit until I heard that. I wouldn't have known this dude was from Buffalo, New York, if I didn't hear him talk about that. I thought he was from Atlanta, like BZ. I thought, the way BZ be talking, I thought he was straight out of Atlanta. Shit, but still, back to this. Talking about his family as well, and how much of a bond he'd have with his brothers and sisters and his cousins and his whole family if his parents would have been together. Not saying they would have got married or anything. That's what he's saying directly. Not saying they would have got married, but maybe they'd been closer if they were together. And it gives you a real going back home feel. This is something I would listen to when I'm driving back home after like being away from it for so long. Like I'm just riding back. I got a long ass drive. I'm on the bus to it, or I'm getting on the plane to go back home. This is something I definitely listen to. Track number 5, Catch 23. I'm gonna just be honest with you on this one. This was just a cool song, but it's not one of my favorites. And that's pretty much it. That's all I can say about this. I mean, it's not like nothing stood out, but it's overall, it's just a cool song to me. Track number 6, Free Spirited. This is a song about not being a slave to anyone or anything. and just being free spirited. You can't let the shackles. What did Andre say that one time on the Art of Storytelling Part 2? Raining cats and jackals or shackles disintegrate the residue. It's like shit. This is like damn. Fuck, man. And I don't know how long Damone's been in Atlanta. I don't know if he moved there when he's like 5, 6, 7. He obviously moved there at a time where he can still remember being in Buffalo before he moved down there. So, my goodness. Track number 7, Illusions of Gangsta. This is a track where Damone is distinguishing the difference between real and fake as far as gangsters go. Hence the title, Illusions of Gangsta. You might get confused on what a gangster is, or you might have a different definition. This is just his definition. And he mentions his locked up homies and oh shit, what the oh. Yeah, but he mentions his locked up homies and just other struggles. Well, not even struggles, but being from the. I'm not sure if he's trying to say he's from the trap, but he is saying that he's out in the trap though. Him and his boys out there trapping, and I'm sure he doesn't mean what you might be thinking, but still. And last track on here, Open Lid, one of the most. I want to say one of the most personal songs, but it's not like tracks 1, 2, and 3. It's not like that. And one thing about those 3 tracks, they sounded so different from the rest of this album, but it all fits together. And the first sound of this project is way different from the second half. The first sound sounds way better if you ask me on production. I feel like real lyricism is being shown in the second half, like with this song. And let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll give you my whole wrap up of this project. Damone is praying for mercy and blessings for his competition. So there again, he's back on some braggadocious MC type shit, but it's not the whole song at all. And how he wants to spread his wings, but he said he knows they only move via string or something like that. And I said shit when I heard that. And he talks about how he needs to change his wardrobe. He can't wear wear his heart on the sleeve because what did he say? He rhymes with riddles because he doesn't want it to be so obvious, like what the hell he's talking about. So he has to change his wardrobe. He can't wear his heart on the sleeve. I'm like, that's some fucking shit right there. And he talks about his mom smelling his breath and said something ain't right. And he said maybe it's all the confessions and lies that I've never told or something like that. It's like this dude is really letting you know who the hell Damone Tyrell is. And like I said, this first half sounds different than the second half. Production better, if you ask me, in the first half. Second half is more, not more personal, but storytelling is better. The lyricism and the delivery, I fuck with that more on here. Not to say I don't fuck with the first half's delivery. And the first half really distinguished itself because I thought it would sound like that the whole project, and it would have been great if it did, but it didn't. But that's still cool because the rest of the project is still dope. This project sounded different than a lot of the music that's coming out, not just in the mainstream or the underground, just with most indie artists that I've heard. This is Damone Tyrell is one of the most diverse and different artists that I've heard in this indie pot of artists. Guys like Zeke Ultra, guys who are featured on my DJ mixtapes and things like that. But overall, I have to give this project a 7 to a 7.5 out of 10. And a C+ grade. And if you've heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you like this video. Share the video. Subscribe if you're new. Get at me on Twitter, Facebook, AudioMac, SoundCloud, Instagram, or hit up my email for business or anything. What I mean by hit up my email for business is if you need your music chopped or screwed, reviewed, if you need beats made, or you want to be featured on one of my upcoming DJ mixtapes. Let me know, DynamicJAB@gmail.com. Or if you just want to leave a comment because it's easy for you that way, leave a comment. If it's easy for you to get at me on social media, like I said, Twitter, Facebook, all the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. And if Damone Tyrell's watching, I really fuck with your project, man. And I sent you an email, by the way. I'm sure you got it before this video was recorded and uploaded, but still. And if somehow Dead End Hip Hop is watching this, y'all are the main ones. Y'all, the Needle Drop and Luke James the singer, the main ones that inspired me to even get into this music review thing. I'm just saying, I always loved music, but I never thought to review it until I saw you guys. You, Neil Job, and Luke James, not the singer. But thank you for watching, whoever watched, and I'll see y'all next time.